my pocket.
That's fine, yeah. Put this on your shirt. All right. What's that?
I like the mask. Can you hear me?
We know your editing table won't allow the
We got raw footage being run too, just so we're on the same page. I've worked with mainstream media before. I know how you guys edit. I'm just being fair. I've paid you guys to do my work, so I mean, I know how it is.
Who'd you pay? Who'd you work with?
I've worked social media.
Okay.
And I've worked at Channel 9. I'm all Cincinnati, but I've worked with Fox, ABC, and CBS.
Okay. We rolling? All right. Jeff, for the record, can we get your first and last name? Do me a favor and spell both, just make sure we get it right.
My name's Jeff McKay, Jeffmackay.
What's the name of your group, Jeff?
I'm with Awakened Cincinnati.
Okay, is everybody here part of the same group?
No. I'd say we brought 8 up from Cincinnati. We had some people here from Columbus, Dayton, Beaver Creek. I think that's it for this particular march.
Okay, so several
Columbus.
groups? Or?
No. Just random people. Pretty much the main group is anonymous, which is this mask.
How did you get the word out?
Facebook. We do everything through social media.
Okay. Your message today is what?
Well, everybody here has their own message. There's some people here open carry, and they're just trying to present that this man was shot doing illegal action. There's people here that are more for law enforcement, which is they're looking to force body cameras. Really, the big push is they want him charged and dismissed. So Sean Williams, as long as he's still at Beaver Creek, will be here.
Do you see a link between what's going on in Ferguson and what happened here in Beaver Creek?
There's a link in that there is police abuse of power. The riots going on in Ferguson, while we understand them, it's not something we would do ourselves. But to stand up and try to hold police accountable for their actions, it's absolutely one and the same. We were down in Covington doing Samantha Ramsey last weekend, and we'll be in Lima, Ohio doing Tyler Paxson in December. So we do this all over the place trying to hold accountable.
How long do you think you'll be out here?
Today?
Yeah.
Well, today, probably till it's dark. There comes a time where you can't see our signs. But we'll be back out. Like I said, we don't plan on stopping until something happens with the officer.
Do you feel like your message is getting through? I mean, how do you invoke change? Let me ask you that.
Well, there's many ways to invoke change. The one that has been most tried historically is actually the legal process of following things through, and we've just seen that fail repeatedly. And so we go from one end of trying to increase public awareness to create public pressure, and we are also in the process of looking at rewriting laws and turning them into our congressmen. We are the government, and the minute we start acting like it, we will start to force our rights back, as opposed to act.
How do you, with regard to this specific case in Beaver Creek, obviously a special grand jury returned no indictment.
Yeah.
What do you want to see happen now?
Well, the grand jury, to my knowledge, it has been closed, and I'm not aware that information is public. I'm also, I don't believe in the problem of you have a prosecutor who works with police on every charge, and therefore they build their own relationships. So when they go to prosecute the police who they have a relationship with, it's a conflict of interest. And when you look at it, they have the same boss. The state of Ohio is the boss of both that officer and the prosecutor. That's a conflict of interest and really isn't legal. But what can we do about it right now?
So I mean, a logical question after that. So now what?
So we keep pushing forward to change the laws. There's the options of citizen review panels, which police unions kill all the time. They want no part of independent review. So that's an option. We're also looking at, through private donation, supplying officers with body cameras and mandating they're wearing them. Our issue with that is equally, they can turn them on and off when they want. So we want it to be stored somewhere on a public server. So that's also an option. There's a lot of options, but right now the only option that I see is the officers getting paid vacation for killing people. And I'm not okay with that, and I guarantee not a person here is all right with that either.
Do you feel like your message is getting through?
Depends who you're talking to, really. I mean, there's.
Do you feel that way?
Do I
you
feel
like your
yes.
message is getting through? How do you know?
Well, yeah, you get support. I've definitely had online conversations with a great many people. Honestly, we go to sites like NBC, ABC, and CBS, and we correct what isn't put in the news reports. And we've grown our group actually through your guys' social media pages because all the details are not being released. And so to that end, people are becoming more and more aware, and everybody wants to defend the police. And I mean, I grew up wanting to defend the police too, and there just comes a point where you have to look at it objectively and recognize that they operate under a different set of laws than we do.
Let me ask you a question. I saw, people, you guys are out here, you're doing your thing, and that's fine. People will have reactions to it. They yell at you, curse at you, whatever. I've seen, I don't know, at least one, two, a couple people curse back, yell obscenities. Is that the best way to articulate your message?
It's definitely not the best way, and it's not effective. It happens. We got a lot of people here that absolutely hate us for what we're doing, that love their neighborhood police department, and I don't hate those people for it. It's just we're trying to make those that are listening aware. It's really our big point, and then behind all that, we want to change the law. We want to hold these police accountable to their actions.
The only thing I'd ask is your Facebook page. We're going to have a minute and 15.
Okay.
But just say your Facebook page so people can go on there. And
Do we have the Awakened thing?
It's in the car.
Can you say
It's just
it?
Awakened.
Can you just say it?
It's called Awakened Cincinnatians. And that's it. Just Awakened Cincinnatians. And I would find it.
Is that, and I'm not familiar, is that a subset of Anonymous? But you guys are all with Anonymous, is that correct? Is that
We
fair to
support
say?
Anonymous.
You support Anonymous.
Pretty much.
Okay.
We'll word it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We support a lot of groups.
Okay. But you personally, you're with Awakened Cincinnati.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is the group I will claim, and Anonymous is something we might be a part of.
Okay.
But that's
And how would you describe your group?
our group?
Yeah.
We're pretty much we're local activists, and I think one of our main goals, we go between helping the community. So one weekend a month, we go out and feed and clothe the homeless. And then the other 3 weekends, we go out and we're active. Whether it be a police shooting, whether that be marching on Monsanto, we've marched on mainstream media before. We've done it all. So we're just out active trying to create awareness of what's going on around here.
Anything else that you want to add that we didn't ask you?
Nope.
Good.
I think we're good.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah.